Ready to explore Poland's MICE e-industry? Think Backstage Pass to Think MICE Magazine, the top resource for event pros in Poland.
Yeah, their international edition made just for events like IBTM World.
Perfect for our listeners, right? International MICE professionals just like you. We're going deeper than the headlines, finding those insider tips and hidden trends you need to know.
This issue is like a sneak peek, carefully designed to intrigue and inform international event professionals.
Exactly, like having a personal guide, sharing all those insider secrets. And the editorial starts off strong with some impressive numbers.
Oh, yeah.
Polish companies and agencies won 44 awards, 44 at the Eventex Awards.
That is huge.
Huge for any country, let alone one that's still finding its place on the global stage.
For sure, and it's not a fluke either. Poland also climbed to 17th place in the ICCA rankings for International Association events. It shows a thriving industry, one that's gaining global recognition. For you, this means Poland is investing in the right things. The infrastructure, the expertise, to deliver high-quality events that meet those international standards.
Okay, incredible. But the editorial hints at some challenges, too. It's not all perfect. What should our listeners be aware of?
Well, the industry is still recovering, navigating a complex landscape post-pandemic. Some events are booming, others are facing economic uncertainty. It's a mixed bag, adapting to the new expectations.
The opportunity is there.
Absolutely.
But you got to be aware of the nuances of the market.
Absolutely.
Okay, here's what I find really interesting. This is where I think you might find some amazing new opportunities for your clients. What they call second-tier destinations, cities like Gdańsk and Roka.
Yeah, up and coming.
What's the draw? Why should our listeners care about these cities?
They offer the same infrastructure, the same expertise as those more established destinations, but without the premium price tag. Think of them as hidden gems.
I like that. Hidden gems.
Full of potential. Gdańsk, for example, blends history, culture, and modern amenities. And it's affordable.
Yeah.
Roka is known for its arts and its growing reputation as a tech hub.
Oh, wow.
They both offer that unique blend of affordability, accessibility, and cultural richness. Hard to beat.
It makes sense, right? Offering something unique, something memorable, without breaking the bank.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about actual hidden gems. And there's no better place to start than Odoo and the GZM metropolis.
Yeah.
This post-industrial revival trend is fascinating.
Taking those former factories, those mines, and turning them into cutting-edge hotels and conference centers,
Wow.
it's adaptive reuse at its best, breathing new life into these spaces while preserving history. But it's not just about functionality, right? It's about creating venues with character, with a story to tell.
Like the Silesian Museum in Katowice,
Yeah,
built on the site of a former coal mine.
exactly.
Can you imagine the atmosphere?
Incredible. And Manufaktura in Udu, a former textile factory, transformed into a bustling cultural complex. These venues offer something truly different.
Yeah.
They set themselves apart from the typical conference hall. For event planners, it's a chance to create truly unique and memorable experiences. Think gala dinner in a beautifully restored factory hall or a product launch in a former mine shaft.
Talk about immersive experiences. And it's not just the venues, is it?
Yeah.
The hotel experience itself is evolving in Poland.
Oh, yeah. Moving away from those cookie-cutter experiences, especially in the luxury segment. Travelers want personalization, authenticity, a sense of place. That's why soft brands, independent boutique hotels are gaining traction. They retain their unique character while joining those major chains.
We're getting the best of both worlds.
Right. For example, the Mercure Krakow Fabryczna City Hotel is housed in a revitalized historic building of a former vodka factory. It blends the past and the present, offering guests a taste of local history and modern comfort.
I love that. So Poland is really hitting the mark
Oh, yeah.
when it comes to creating memorable, immersive experiences. But what about the events themselves? How are they evolving?
Well, that's where design thinking comes in. Think MICE Magazine dedicates a whole article to it.
Okay.
It's about putting the user, your attendees, at the heart of the design process.
Okay, help me out here. Design thinking sounds a bit, well, designy. How does it apply to events? Why should event planners care?
It's a way to craft events that aren't just visually appealing, but also engaging and impactful. It's about understanding your attendees' needs, their desires,
Okay.
and using that to design every aspect of the event.
Okay.
From the program and the speakers to the catering, even the venue layout.
So it's not about throwing a fancy party.
No.
It's about crafting experiences that resonate.
Exactly. Design thinking helps you step into the shoes of your attendees to create events that not only meet but exceed their expectations. It can lead to higher engagement, better networking, and ultimately a more successful event.
Mind blown. This is making me rethink how I approach events. Speaking of mind-blowing and shifting gears a bit, let's talk about something unexpected. Cannabis bars at events.
That's a curveball. Think Mice Magazine features Lucas Leandro Margulis, a Canadian entrepreneur. His journey into this emerging trend.
Okay.
He's a pioneer in bringing cannabis experiences to those business and social events.
Okay, I gotta admit, this is a curveball. Cannabis bars at corporate events. Tell me more.
Lucas's story is fascinating. He started in the events industry young,
Okay.
and his entrepreneurial spirit led him to create High Bar Hospitality and Event Group, Canada's first cannabis bar catering to events.
How does this work? Are people just lighting up in the middle of a conference?
Not quite. Lucas emphasizes responsible consumption, tailored experiences. It's a different kind of social and networking experience, often with a focus on education. Low THC products.
Interesting. But is it really catching on in the corporate world?
While it started with private events like weddings and parties, he's seeing a growing interest from those corporate clients, particularly for educational events.
Okay.
It's a new frontier, definitely pushing boundaries, especially as cannabis becomes more socially accepted.
It's definitely food for thought. Now, let's tackle the big question that's been lingering since the pandemic, the role of online and hybrid events.
That's the question, isn't it?
Right.
Thankfully, Think Amaze Magazine gives us some insights. Their offline versus online article. The virtual world isn't going away anytime soon.
It doesn't seem so. Are online and hybrid events here to stay? Or will they fade as in-person events make a comeback?
Well, online and hybrid formats are still popular, especially for educational content. The article cites a report that shows that the convenience, the accessibility, the cost-effectiveness, those are hard to ignore.
I bet. But there's always a but, isn't there?
Of course. While online events have their strengths, there's something irreplaceable about face-to-face interaction. The article highlights expert opinions on when in-person events are still essential.
Okay.
Building relationships, fostering those emotional connections, creating those truly memorable moments, those just can't be replicated online.
So it sounds like we're heading toward a future where both online and offline events have their place. It's about finding the right format for the right purpose.
Precisely. Embrace a blended approach. Leverage the strengths of each format to create the most impactful, the most engaging experiences.
A new era for events. That's a great way to put it. Before we move on to some of the exciting events and initiatives happening in Poland, I want to touch on something. The overarching theme that really struck me while reading. It seems like it's all about creating unique and memorable experiences, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Poland is moving beyond just providing venues, logistics. They're focused on crafting experiences. Experiences that resonate with attendees, that leave a lasting impression. From post-industrial venues to design thinking, even to those cannabis bars. Poland is pushing the boundaries.
It's like they're saying, come to Poland for the business, stay for the adventure. And I, for one, am ready to book my ticket. But for now, let's move on and discover some of the specific events and initiatives highlighted in Think Mice magazine that you might find valuable for yourself and your clients.
Speaking of adventures, Think Mice magazine takes us behind the scenes of Spotlight on Poland. The third edition, held in Roka, this event brought together experts from around the world.
Wow.
Not just to experience the city,
Right.
but to forge those crucial business connections.
Smart.
It's a brilliant strategy showcasing what Poland has to offer.
Yeah, it makes sense. You know, it's one thing to read about Poland's potential. It's another to actually experience it firsthand.
Yeah.
Did they mention any standout venues?
Absolutely. They highlighted some real gems.
Right.
Hotel Monopole,
Okay.
Centennial Hall, even Punica Świdnica, the oldest restaurant in Europe.
Wow.
They give you a real taste of Roko's character, its event capabilities.
A historic tram ride.
Oh, yeah.
A cruise down the Odra River. Sign me up.
Right.
Okay, shifting gears a bit, let's talk sustainability. It's
Yeah.
a hot topic everywhere, and the IC industry is no exception.
No, it's not. And Think Mice magazine covers Poland's commitment to sustainability. Specifically, the Poland Convention Bureau joining the Net Zero Carbon Events Initiative.
Okay.
This is a big deal.
It is a big deal for sure. It shows they're aligning with those global efforts to make events more environmentally responsible for event planners, who prioritize sustainability.
For sure.
This is huge. What exactly does this initiative entail?
It's a global movement
Okay.
aiming to achieve net zero carbon emissions by 2050.
Wow.
By joining the Poland Convention Bureau is committing to implementing those sustainable practices across the board.
So it's not just talk.
No, it's action.
It's action. That's great to hear. I mean, everything from venue selection, waste management, energy consumption.
You got it.
It's fantastic to see Poland taking a leadership role here.
Yeah.
Attracting a growing segment of event planners, attendees who really prioritize sustainability.
They are a leader.
Speaking of attracting events, Think MyCE magazine highlights a few big wins.
They do.
The Euromembrane Conference is coming to Poland
That's big.
in 2027. It's the first time Poland will host this prestigious international conference, focusing on the field of synthetic membranes and membrane processes.
Wow.
It's expected to draw hundreds of scientists and engineers from around the world to Gdańsk.
That's amazing.
It's proof that Poland's growing reputation as a hub for scientific and technological innovation
Right.
is real. Plus, it's a huge economic boost for the city and the country.
Oh, yeah.
Not to mention, Krakow will host the European Cities Forum in 2025.
Another win.
Another significant event. This forum is a major event for urban development, bringing together experts and policymakers from across the European Union. Any thoughts on why they chose Krakow?
Well, Krakow has it all.
Does it?
Rich history,
Yeah.
vibrant cultural scene, excellent infrastructure.
Makes sense.
For hosting large-scale events, I think the way Krakow blends the old and the new probably makes it particularly appealing.
Absolutely. For an event focused on urban development, it'll be fascinating to see what discussions and initiatives emerge from this forum. It could impact how cities across Europe evolve now. Are you ready to indulge in some culinary delights?
I'm always ready for food.
I was excited to see Think MyCE magazine featuring the Michelin Guide,
Oh, nice.
expanding to include Pomerania.
That's great.
It's a testament to the region's culinary excellence and a sign that Poland's food scene is getting the recognition it deserves.
It really is.
From what I read, they now have 6 Michelin-starred restaurants, 16 Bib Gourmand restaurants, and 54 recommended restaurants. But what's so special about Pomerania's culinary scene?
It's known for its fresh seafood
Yum.
and traditional Polish cuisine with a modern twist. Think local seasonal ingredients.
Oh, wow.
This region has been quietly developing its culinary identity, and now it's in the spotlight.
Well, Gdańsk is officially on my list of must-visit culinary destinations. So it seems Poland is full of hidden gems, not just in terms of venues and destinations, but also in its culinary landscape.
That's right. You've got to go beyond those big cities.
Now, Think MyCE magazine also features a really interesting initiative called the Let's Meet Project.
Oh, yeah.
In Gdańsk and Sopot, it's all about connecting and exploring the Polish MSC landscape.
I love that.
Sounds intriguing. What's the format? Is it a traditional trade show?
Not quite. They've moved away from those standard table meetings and replaced them with fam trips.
Oh, wow.
They're giving hosted buyers a chance to experience those destinations and venues firsthand.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
I love that approach. It's so much more engaging than just flipping through brochures.
Right.
Participants get a real feel for the destination and its potential.
Exactly.
Think MyCE magazine highlights the blend of historical charm and modern amenities that Gdańsk and Sopot offer. Imagine exploring those charming streets of the old town,
Oh, yeah.
enjoying the seaside views, and then stepping into state-of-the-art conference facilities.
The best of both worlds.
The best of both worlds. Sounds like a recipe for a successful event. Now let's shift our focus to Think MyCE mashup meetings.
Okay.
This event is all about transforming the MCE industry, and it's generating quite a buzz.
It's an annual event,
Good.
bringing together representatives from all segments of the meetings industry to discuss the latest trends, the challenges, and opportunities.
Right, and this year's theme is Transformation Development and Impact, which perfectly captures where the industry is heading.
That's a great theme.
I'm intrigued by the mashup concept. What does that mean in the context of a MyCE event?
Well, they've taken inspiration from the music world.
Interesting.
A mashup blends elements of different songs to create something new,
Okay.
unexpected. So here, it's about bringing together those diverse perspectives,
I like it.
ideas to create a dynamic and thought-provoking event.
Love it. It sounds like a fantastic way to spark innovation and collaboration within the industry. Did they mention any specific highlights
Oh, yeah,
from the event?
definitely. They had a debate on the future of the MC industry.
Big topic.
Big topic with representatives from key associations It covered everything from the business environment to the latest trends to those challenges and pain points.
Facing the industry, they also had a music-themed team-building workshop,
Fun.
led by Brian Allen, the founder of Rock Your Business.
That's cool.
That's a cool twist.
It
Music is such a great way to connect and break down barriers.
is.
And ultimately, think Mice Mashup Meetings is more than just a conference.
It's an experience.
It is.
It's a platform for shaping the future of the ICE industry in Poland.
Well said. Now let's zoom in on a key player in Poland's hospitality landscape HR group.
Okay.
They're making a significant impact, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. They've been expanding their portfolio of hotels across Europe, and Poland is a key focus.
I see.
What's interesting is their focus on those mid-scale and upscale segments, which is where a lot of the ICE business happens.
That's right. Think Mice Magazine highlights 6 Vienna House by Wyndham properties in Poland, each with its own unique character. In event capabilities, let's dive into a few of those. The Vienna House by Wyndham Andals Lodz, for example, sounds incredible.
Oh, yeah.
It's housed in a 19th century textile mill
Wow.
and boasts the largest hotel ballroom in the city.
And don't forget the glass swimming pool.
Oh, right.
With the panorama of Odu, it's a major selling point.
Absolutely. And they have 2 properties in Krakow,
Do they?
both strategically located near the Old Town.
Very nice.
Their Vienna House Easy by Wyndham Katowice has long been a favorite for conferences and events, especially those catering to sports organizations.
Oh, cool.
And for those looking for a seaside escape, the Vienna House by Wyndham Amber Baltic Miedzistrow sounds perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine combining a conference with spa treatments and breathtaking sea views.
I'm there.
It's all about offering diverse experiences.
Uh-huh.
Clearly, HR Group is strategic
Very.
about their property selection, focusing on locations that are attractive and accessible
Makes sense.
for Mandy D's clients.
Yeah.
They're definitely a company to watch in the Polish hospitality landscape. They understand the evolving needs of Mice travelers and are creating hotels that exceed expectations.
I think so too. Now let's turn our attention to some international trade shows that are shaping the Mice landscape.
Okay.
That Think Mice magazine covers.
Great.
Sounds good. Let's start with IMEX 2024 in Frankfurt.
Big one?
It was a huge success
It
for
was.
Polish participants.
That's great to hear what made it so successful.
The article highlights the high quality of business talks
Good.
and those promising leads generated at the event. It seems like Polish destinations and suppliers were a hit
Wow.
with international buyers.
That's wonderful. What kind of feedback did they receive?
They quote Maciej first
Okay.
from Mazovia Convention Bureau,
Okay.
who was impressed by the number of spontaneous inquiries.
Wow.
And the specific nature of the requests. It sounds like people were coming to those Polish stands ready to do business.
That's a great sign. It shows that Poland is gaining visibility and credibility on that international MIC stage.
Yeah.
And it's not just about quantity, but also about the quality of those leads
Absolutely.
and the potential for long-term partnerships.
For sure.
They also quote Hubert Siller
Yeah.
from Van Gogh DMC Poland,
Okay.
who praised the high level of organization and the professionalism of those buyers. It seems like everyone was there with a purpose,
We were.
ready to make deals and forge connections.
Yes,
It sounds like IMEX 2024 was a win-win for Polish participants
it was.
and international buyers. It goes to show the power of these trade shows to connect the right people and facilitate those meaningful business relationships.
Yeah, that face-to-face is still so important.
It is. Speaking of meaningful connections, let's talk about the Meeting Show 2024 in London,
Another big one.
another major event that draws MEA professionals from all over the world. What were some key takeaways?
The article emphasizes creating events that stand out
Yep.
from the competition.
Right.
You know, sustainable practices, innovative uses of technology. It seems there's a real push to create events that go above and beyond.
I like that. What about their educational program? Anything catch your eye?
Definitely.
Okay.
There were sessions on sustainable event practices, the latest trends in technology and AI, career growth, effective marketing,
Wow.
equality and inclusion policy. They covered it all.
They cover all the bases.
Yeah.
They also had a dedicated zone called Blank Canvas,
Oh, cool.
where attendees could get advice from experts in various fields.
Ah.
I love that it's a one-stop shop for all your event-related needs.
Yeah, like a consultant.
Right. It's all about giving event professionals those practical tools and resources they need.
Absolutely.
Now let's explore a trade show focused on the Asia-Pacific region, ITNCM Asia, in Bangkok.
Okay.
This region is booming.
It is.
So it's a critical market for Polish destinations and suppliers to connect with.
For sure.
Seems like there was a mix of feedback.
Mixed bag.
While exhibitors were generally pleased with the quality of meetings and the interest from buyers. Some buyers felt that the exhibitor list was shorter than in previous years.
Yeah, understandable.
That's understandable. If buyers didn't find what they were looking for, they might be disappointed.
Yeah.
But it sounds like the exhibitors who were present were well prepared and engaged. That's what matters most.
That's what matters.
They quote Anna Maria Tyburska
Okay.
from Incentive Care, who noted that the exhibitors who were present offered a high level of expertise
Okay.
and specific business proposals.
So even if the scale of the event might have been smaller,
Right.
the quality of those interactions and the potential for those business deals
Right.
seems to have been strong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They also quote Martin Ellis from Team Umbrella Limited, who described the event as successful, emphasizing that high quality of exhibitors and this specific business-oriented nature of those conversations.
Yeah, focused.
It sounds like IT&CM Asia is still a valuable platform for connecting MCE professionals in that Asia-Pacific region.
Absolutely.
Now let's talk about IMEX America 2024 in Las Vegas.
Oh, Vegas.
They had record-breaking attendance.
That's huge.
This is one of the biggest MICE trade shows in the world.
It is.
And the numbers speak for themselves.
They do.
Over 15,500 participants,
Wow.
including over 5,500 buyers. It's a clear sign that the industry is thriving, especially in the U.S. market.
Absolutely thriving.
Those are impressive numbers.
They are.
What were some of the key takeaways?
The article quotes Karina Bauer, IMEX CEO,
Okay.
who highlighted the desire among attendees to connect
Wow.
and forge those long-term partnerships. It seems like there's a real sense of optimism
Good.
and excitement about the future of the industry.
That's great. The sheer number of pre-booked meetings, over 86,000 in 3 days,
Wow.
is incredible.
That is a lot.
IMEX America sounds like the place to be.
He does.
If you're looking to make deals and expand your network in the MCE world,
Yeah, for sure.
it's amazing, right? It really proves the power of that face-to-face interaction.
It does.
Even in a world where virtual and hybrid events are on the rise,
I agree. There's something special about being in the same room with someone, shaking their hand, making that personal connection.
it's about building that trust and rapport, crucial for any successful business relationship.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's wrap up our international trade show tour with ITB Asia 2024.
Okay.
In Singapore, this event is known for its global reach, right?
It's a melting pot
It is.
of MCE professionals from all corners of the world, especially the Asia-Pacific region.
I can imagine what's interesting about this year's event is the emphasis on innovation and future resilience.
Yeah.
In the travel and tourism industry, that theme, innovating for tomorrow, strengthening future resilience in travel and tourism, really captures where the industry is heading. It's not just about bouncing back from the pandemic.
No,
It's about building a more sustainable and resilient future for travel and events.
absolutely.
Mario Tobias, CEO of Messe Berlin, emphasized that ITB Asia has become a global hub for travel innovation
Right.
and industry development.
It has.
It's no longer just a marketplace. It's a platform for shaping the future of travel.
Mm.
I'm curious about the conference program itself. What do they cover?
Well, they had 3 dedicated tracks.
3, okay.
Knowledge Theater, ME Show Asia, and Travel Tech Asia, with over 100 sessions and workshops led by industry experts. The program covered everything from sustainability to technology to marketing.
Wow, that is comprehensive. Sounds like ITB Asia is a must-attend event.
Yes.
For anyone looking to stay ahead of the curve in the global travel and MIC industry.
For sure.
Now, before we wrap up this incredible deep dive,
Okay.
there's one more article we need to explore, the profile on Lucas Leandro Margulis.
The cannabis bar pioneer, are you ready to delve into this unexpected trend?
Let's get back to Lucas Leandro Margulis. His cannabis bars were gaining traction in Canada, even at corporate events. It's such a unique concept, especially for those of us used to those traditional networking events.
It really makes you rethink what's acceptable. At those business gatherings, the article in Think Mice magazine really dives deep into his journey. It's fascinating.
It is. So how did he even get into the cannabis scene? It mentions he started using it recreationally, but then something shifted. What happened?
His mother,
Okay.
she used cannabis, hashish pills actually, to deal with the side effects of chemo. Seeing that positive impact firsthand, it changed his understanding of what cannabis could do. It went beyond just recreation.
Wow, that's powerful. Makes sense why he's so passionate about educating people. about responsible cannabis use.
Absolutely. It's more than just a service, right? He's advocating for a shift in perception,
Yeah,
wants to promote a more informed and nuanced view of cannabis, especially within the events industry.
that's commendable. The article mentions he's intentional about the environment at his events.
He is very controlled, comfortable.
What does that look like?
Focus on low THC products, CBD. Those have calming therapeutic effects without the high from THC. And he makes sure the bars are aroma-free out of respect for those who choose not to partake.
Smart. It's
Yep.
about inclusivity, making sure everyone has a positive experience. Interesting. He's seeing a trend. People using cannabis to unwind connected events, almost as an alternative to alcohol. Have you noticed that?
I have. It is an interesting shift. He makes a good point. About the after effects. Alcohol can leave you with a rough morning after. Cannabis users often wake up feeling refreshed, clear-headed. It's something to consider, especially for business events where people need to be sharp.
That's a great point. Could be a game changer. For multi-day conferences, events, where networking is key, beyond cannabis bars, what are Lucas's thoughts on other trends in the Canadian events market?
Well, he doesn't see any other trends in Canada that are super unique. He believes that the key trends in the events industry are universal.
Interesting.
It speaks to that interconnectedness,
Yeah,
the global MIC community. We're all learning from each other, inspiring each other.
it's a good reminder. Despite cultural differences, we share the same goals. To connect, to learn, to create memorable experiences. Now, Lucas seems like a multifaceted entrepreneur.
Oh, he is. He runs multiple businesses, DJs, even created a Facebook group to support event professionals during the pandemic.
His story is inspiring. I think we can all learn something from his entrepreneurial spirit, his dedication to making the events industry more inclusive, more innovative.
I agree. Lucas embodies that forward-thinking spirit that's shaping the future of events.
Well said. This has been an incredible journey. Through the world of Think Mice magazine, we've uncovered hidden gems in Poland, explored emerging trends, gained valuable insights into this dynamic market.
It's clear that Poland is a destination on the rise, a place where tradition meets innovation, and creativity knows no bounds.
If there's one takeaway for our listeners, it's that Poland is ready to welcome the world. To our listeners, whether you're seasoned event pros or just starting out, explore Poland's potential. See what this incredible country has to offer.
And don't forget to check out Think Mice magazine for yourselves. It's your guide to the heart of Polish MCE.
Until next time, keep thinking, keep innovating, and keep diving deep.